Nothing wrong with that if it fits in with their strats as well. Final ban comes through. It will be the Azami taken out of Skyscraper. We know how powerful Azami.
Don't know where LickyFack is. He's about to find the swing on the fight. They've doubled themselves up to cement it, but there's the first and he's out of there. Again, we're passing the minute marker and the pressure is still on Beastcoast.
They know they can't execute while LickyFack is still alive. He'll have that Solus below. He has the soft flooring to work with. They've pushed through and sure got control of Drum, but with LickyFack still on side, this is a massive risk they are taking.
Well, the problem is they don't have much of a choice now. Look at the timer, 40 seconds left to go. Still breaching to be done. Still areas of the map to be cleared. Still utility to be dealt with. That was unfortunate time in there, but Users just managing to slip himself away. 3 versus 3.
The Solace is gone and they've been able to finally get feet in towards Geisha, but they can't get any solid ground because, again, the things we talked about at the beginning, these tight corners, the shoebox design is coming back to fit on their feet a little bit too snug. 15 seconds, Hotton's only been able to get himself slightly up the stairs. They haven't made proper eyes onto the site. They're just gonna have to try and send it. Close left, top, hope for the plot and hope for the cover. But Breeday, look at the gun in his hand and look at how quick it can go. It's so easy to tear the first player off. The cross is all there, and so is the round.
Great first attempt, admittedly, but just a bit too much being thrown at them by BDS.
Just holding them outside of Terrace as well, not allowing them in, just playing behind that utility. But the patience from Users here. It's LickyFack, though, to pick up the opener, taking down Gunner.
I was going to say the mirror's a really interesting one here too. Very rarely see them play this on the map. At this tournament, we haven't seen them bring the mirror along. It's another thing for Beastcoast to work through. They're dancing back and forth, and Users picks up one.
Diffuser's trying to charge his way up the house stairs. He's able to get one with Spirits, activating Hotton, still holding the line. But Diffuser up the house stairs, as I said, rests that control.
Time.
Surprise is the factor, but can they get a landing on the back end of a mirror window back and forth? The plant and the player down a 2 versus 2. Massively scratched the 1 versus 3. Shaiko with everything to do and no time. He cannot make it.
What is that? About the top floor, like we keep on saying, there are 4 BDS bodies up here, Tim. They can hold this for quite a while, and this is going to be a real clash, I think. In the next 10 seconds, C4 bounces off him, but not pulled in time.
Gunner just managing to escape, and there goes that man once again. Diffuser taking down LickyFack. Does that start to open up things for Beastcoast? No, as Solotov is there for the trade, but Diffuser finds another hot and cold. He's getting the Diffuser down. And Beastcoast, 4 versus 2, have all the control they need. BDS are trying to fight their way back in, but they just cannot find a gap. They cannot find any space to work with. And Diffuser again, is he ever gonna die?
The quest is underneath before as well. They're putting fierce growth in towards their eyes on the site.
Tell you what, Diffuser looks like he's ready to go off like a nuke. I keep saying it, but it's well and truly true. LickyFack getting one back, however, with Diffuser still on side, I'm feeling a bit nervous. Almost gets LickyFack, but just misses that last bullet that would have put him in a grave. A trade elsewhere, a 2v3 coming in now for the side of Beastcoast.
I just sit and wonder if they're ever managing to close down Diffuser. Finally, LickyFack is the one to take him down. That is right, you can see he has got 1 death on the screen. Taking a little while to get there, 11-1, fantastic performance so far. Shaiko closing things out with a kill onto Spirits. BDS keeping themselves active. Clearing Shrine. LickyFack and Solotov making it very difficult for them to comfortably take this other side of the map. We have Diffuser just trying to spray through the wall, but Solotov, he manages to find Gavin, and that's going to give them an advantage. Down goes Diffuser. Users finds the second, and BDS are starting to stand up, but here come Beastcoast.
3 versus 3, 3 versus 2. Efak and Breeday, all that's left with a shield on the board is a nightmare, and they're right in close. How do you somehow stop it? They get the cross. And Beastcoast able to cement it.
Guys, we are going to be here. He gets control of Pantry. This gets messy.
Oh, there it is. Able to get himself out as well. There was the chance of the strike back, but nobody in position, as you said, these waiting hands. Unfortunately, a little bit slippy. Efak finds Diffuser. At the same time, unfortunately, we cursed him. 3 deaths since. But at this point, this next body, there is just a hold on every position. Solotov has Hotton, and although he's blind, we hurtle in prep towards the 5 versus 1. And that's all she wrote.
BDS needed that round now more than ever.
Gets the player on top, Black Bauk. Well, then you don't have an anvil onto the back end. Shaiko suffers a bit on that swing. Diffuser's underneath, getting all the draw in. The execute comes through. The shield smashing somebody, and Geisha gets the drop. Breeday has the cross. across, and there's a bit of ground to build behind. There is a player sitting with those bees, so eager for the split. Users on the cover, but there needs to be some force. There needs to be some support. They're in. The side is theirs, but now they've been able to just try and force hot and cold further back.
They're just like, where are they? Like, we've got control of everything here. We've got Geisha, we've got top flat, we've got everything. It's all on their side. At least one comes back from below. Diffuser, he's on denial below as well. He's got the Solus on side here. Tim, this could be risky.
That's what's slowing it down. At the
Of Solace at all times. They're trying to just find a way to utilize it without giving the whole game away, and that's Breeday. Drop the kit and go for kills and pressure. There's still so much for the two remaining defenders to try and rebuild, and they find a head.
Top left.
They're looking for the second. It's 1-2.
No way.
For Gunner, slow to react, but there's an impact.
We heard him screaming, I'm him, the other day.
now that they can't be challenged from there, and that it's a little too late for BDS to start working onto that hard breach. We still haven't had an entry. BDS still haven't been able to find their first man, and it's going to be Diffuser. Users used that spot, and BDS failed to clear it.
They're just fighting back, refusing to give up the ground, holding the lines and saying, those are traces for us to kill you. The explosion doesn't quite get the full bite. The 2 versus 1 versus 4. As Gunner cements himself one more. Solitov was the man of the moment with a similar setup of guns last time, but unfortunately, time is that factor, and this time, not enough. Direct fights to them. The swinging comes on the top, the Shaiko drops down on towards the bottom. Where is this first engagement? Because they're not really being subtle about it.
There it is.
I feel like BDS, at times I'm looking at them and it feels like they're playing a little bit scared, but Leakafak certainly hasn't been scared in round 6. He comes in and gets a big double, and that's what BDS need. That's what they were lacking in the last round. They need to take that moment, somebody to push forward, be the sharp edge, and find those entries, find that space. But Beastcoast always have an answer.
Reloading. There's going to be questions here about how many man advantages BDS seem to be giving away. Beastcoast have brought things back on side here. Just 2 left on BDS, and they've got to figure this out inside 45 seconds, Emmy.
I mean, they're explorers looking for weaknesses, and they are experts.
Whoa, okay.
The quick swing and the preempt the users gets that skeleton key, opening the lock of a French-Canadian's.
The other brings us closer.
Users moves down, gets the flashbangs out. He's just trying to force these defenders out of position, but he's no idea where they are. Gonna get one. Breeday was there, but he couldn't find the second. That man steps up time after time for Beastcoast and closes out a huge round.
Wait there for a second and get on the drone, but already the action's kicking off upstairs, looking in towards site here. This is going to be one hell of a ropey round.
There it is, and that's such an important fight because that's your watch down underneath. At this point, yeah, they might be able to react, but the hold, the defining moment of this is this push across that they are so eager to make. The blitz backed up with the support on karaoke window, the coverage of the smoke itself. The Glaz, again, he's not being offered a bite. Beastcoast tuck themselves back and say, yeah, you can have this ground, but then we're just going to take it right back. BDS burst all the way across, cut in half though from a cross angle. Users does get one back. There's Gav trying to retake and refight. Users gets a second, hot and still there, but with Shaiko, an important 1 versus 1 underneath that he needs to win out. It's the drop, the rotate round.
Users just winning everything right now. But look how hard BDS have to fight for every inch. There's always an answer, but it's going to be up to Gavin to close this out. He's up against a tough challenge. It's Shaiko, but he's half health, and there's a real opportunity for Beastcoast to close this out here and now, Des.
Think about Jesse's words. Shaiko needs to go big. He was 16 kills last time they were on this map, and if you need him at any point, it's now more than ever, Emmy.
Gaveni has played himself all the way back to Dragon. He's waiting on some intel, and you assume he has it based on only the entrances. He's keeping this as a flat engagement as Shaiko drifts his way across to get that kit. A bit of motion, but with 10 seconds, he knows the pressure's on the plant, and Shaiko's still hunting for fights and coverage. Holds it. Gaveni hasn't moved. He's got to activate, and here's the pressure. It's a couple of softs, and he misses the right spot, but there's the follow-through and a post plant. Somehow found it.
He's given it away to Shaiko. He's let him get his gun up, and that could be dangerous. Now begins the game of cat and mouse. Who finds who first? Gaveni, he's just searching, seeking, looking for his man, but is it going to be the man who always has the answers? He sees him, he finds him. Shaiko keeps beating
out.
They've got to face off against the same thing as well. And Mira, they've got to work their way through. You've got no Ash on side here, which is going to be a problem. When we first saw the chase horse ahead, does he actually manage to find the player? I don't think he does quite realise that he's got him there. Now he's beaten him, but it's too late. Gunnar had all the time in the world, and he found there, I don't think quite realising what gift was in front of him.
We talk about fine margins, and opportunities missed like that are exactly those. They could be ruining that come the end of this round. It's advantage Beastcoast. They only need one more to close this out. But who steps up again? That man Shaiko. Has he got another couple of rounds in him here?
We said we needed him to go big, and he is so close to that precipice at this point, but it's a waiting game and a holding game that holds Solotov at bay. Bride outside the breach. Usus goes down. And at this point, you have the two classic sort of talisman players from this roster.
They're not pushing in at the same time here. They're being picked off one at a time. That's something they got really right over the last few games, I feel. But Beastcoast have managed to isolate out 1v1s, not giving BDS this 2v1 advantage, and they are picking them apart, Tim.
Yeah, and it's going to be really tough. Shaiko's low health. He really needs to find himself a freebie here. But Beastcoast, they're giving them absolutely nothing. Bride picks up one. But again, the answer is there from Beastcoast. The trades have been so consistent throughout Skyscraper. Bride, he has not much option here. He's using that diffuser to try and bait them in, to try and find something, but surely the end is coming. And diffuser, just like he started it, he finishes Skyscraper for Beastcoast.
A brilliant defense there from Beastcoast, like the wave they represent.
That's where it hurts.
This tradition for our operator bands has stuck around for a good long time now. It started all the way back in Charlotte. Direction of Leakerfact there. Let him know that he is not alone, that he's not going to be able to take this ground for free. Leakerfact needs to win this fight and does. Takes Scaveni down with a nice headshot, and that is the entry that BDS needed. But look at the time, 1 minute 40 gone.
Here, I think, unless you get up a really nice backstab, which feels unlikely.
I mean, had to just spray through. Gunner's more than ready to take the engagement. EFAX driving his way, but Usus does win out against Gunner, and now they've somehow wrested control underneath. Hot and cold, an important C4 that connects half. Doesn't get the full bite. You've got the warning signs. The pressure comes from above. Usus drops down below. He's holding onto the split angle. Bride's going for the plant. He's stuck in the corner. He can't find any way out.
Usus activate.
Trying to fight his way down. This first swing is badly timed, and there's Shaiko. A free pick for Gunner.
And the death mark fails anyway. Mute Jammer blocking it out there. But again, for me, Bride was up on Skylight. He's the one with the diffuser on the Ying. Normally, he's the one bolting inside a window and going for a plant. Feels like BDS have maybe scrambled whose role is what in this round to a tickle. They're bringing things back, though. Found themselves a couple more. They're building into it.
Yeah, some real confidence kills coming in there that's just going to build BDS into this round, give them that little bit of edge that they needed. But Diffuser, such a key player so far, does have the vertical. Can they find Bride though? They're trying to spray through the smoke, but no, he's going to be able to stick the plan. They find one down the hatch, but it's a 1v2 now for Gaveni.
Two of them on the same angle. Gaveni with everything left to do here. He might go, and he does, for the pickup, but they've rotated their way around. The blind's on the player, the pinch from above. Bride's got the lockdown. They slip their way through just on the inside of the door. It's a dangerous place to bite. The cover's there. They're spraying which way? But that way. Bride gets one, a 1 versus 1, but with 17 seconds and Astoria stairs to go through, Bride has to wait. He has to listen, and he has to do what he does best.
Patience again wins the day, right? Not getting too...
Very aware, we saw Beastcoast on Skyscraper, happy to play at the boundaries, happy to play out of the breach, happy to get aggressive out of the map, and BDS obviously reading into that, and they're going to have absolutely none of it. But Gunnar, he's going to have none of Solotov as he manages to find that opener with the ram. As you say, a lot of vertical destruction has been lost there. Yes, they can target the Malusi. Yes, they can try and find the kill. They will be unsuccessful. A little bit of damage done to Spirits, but it doesn't matter when Hot and Cold's there to pick up Shaiko.
Just all over the shop, aren't they? Shaiko's trying one thing, you got someone else trying to hit bottom yellow.
They're still cautious, as you said. They haven't got themselves locked in. The 1 versus 1, though, is given to them. Diffuser. A rare mistake today is made, and unfortunately for them, Leakerfact was more than ready to pounce. But We need the breach pressure to come through from Breeday. We need that coverage of those smokes on the back end of users as well. That is what BDS is trying to cook with right now.
But they've got the ward, and Hot and Cold's also got a they've got C4s for days essentially here that they can toss Sky with at any moment. Beastcoast are playing this and saying, look, you guys want to execute with a very, very light lineup. We got C4s at the ready.
They don't want to get carried away and pull those triggers too soon, because C4s are a great way of defending this side. Not only for the vertical, there you go. He finds his man, users taken down. But as we see, the Nitro's great for defending on the vertical, but also for stopping potential plants inside of this site as well.
Great grenade that forces the player out from the pipe's position. Beastcoast has been battered back towards the kitchen and just has to look towards it. But with the kit rotating for Breeday, and with Breeday all that's left, he has to do the fight here from the cheeky place towards the pillar. Wants the plant, wants the fight. It's been offered, and it's been fed.
So well defended.
Open things up. It's going to create that space for them, but as it stands, haven't had that opportunity. But I don't think they're too worried themselves. Solotov just gets caught out of the window, though, and that is not ideal. As I said, BDS needed to be finding those.
They just can't keep Beastcoast down. They're so mobile around the map, but they're always springing some kind of surprise on BDS, who are playing so separate that there's no ability for a trade. In comes an 8 off the back of it as well, going to find themselves. Very rare that you see a frag kill these days, but it's down to 4.
Might be that netting reward. He's holding the angle. There's the moment. There's another frag grenade, and there's the chance at the plant inside again. They have these pings, but without the spray and the connection, Breeday on his day, free to plant. He's escaping. A sliver of health, and even less on Gaveni as Jesus gets the drop.
Beastcoast were just so reliant on those verticals, but it couldn't get the job done. It couldn't stop Breeday putting the case down. He finds a kill in the post plant as well, and it's all up to Hotton. He's in a 1v3. He's got back up at least to be able to fight on a level with BDS, but it's most likely going to be too little, too late, as Shaiko, he finds the final kill, and BDS
trying to bait the approach here. Users more than ready for the swing round, but nobody's quite active on the back end. Solotov, he's in, he's cutting the hold in half.
Breeday's moving in through closet with the diffuser in hand here. He's trying to find a little bit of space, a little backstab. Leakify manages to pick up the trade onto Gaveni. He manages to get a second as well. He continues to be the tip of the spear for BDS. Shaiko goes in, he's traded out immediately, but he does the damage that they need.
3 versus 2 at this point, and Beastcoast have battered back.
A real bait execute on the top floor there. I know that the site is on that first floor, but they were baiting for the top floor. It's why you had Candelas going in to the extreme. Oh, Leakify rolls that one to perfection. He's a pro bowler as well. Spirits gets one back though. He's already found himself 2. Can he get 2 more?
Breeday, he's going to be getting the diffuser down. He sticks it. That is job done for BDS, almost certainly. As Spirits, he's trying to just find any angle he can. They're on very close to each other at the minute. This could be a big risk. There's an opportunity for Spirits to pick them both up at the same time, but they've created space now, and that's perfect from Breeday and Leakify.
Through the fire and the flames and the smoke, they find ground. BDS held on to the tail.
That's not an ideal next move. Gunnar is going to be. That's not the consolidation I was looking for. I'm going to be honest. Gunnar picking up Leakify. So, but it's just the Ash. It's not the end of the world in terms of utility.
What we need to have right now is that start long war of attrition as Shaiko says, I'm not sitting around for a long war, but gets instantly into his own. Hot and cold. Steps up, more than ready. It doesn't matter how blind or revealed he gets. He's a clash with a shield in his face that can play this at arm's length. They've been able to get themselves inside the building, and there's no C4s for the immediate removal. But if they can try and isolate the clash, which they are, cut in half for a 1 versus 2, Breeday. He's got it all to do here. The single fights on the back end. They haven't pushed in because how much time there is. The first bit of pressure to a man in a box either side. It's an important one to win, but it's round the rosies. And they've slipped to a rotate break from Beastcoast.
Gunnar and Gaveni.
How it also built was things don't look like they're going well for Beastcoast. Old Diffuser's insight and he's killed 2 or 3 people. This is a sort of similar map, but there's a lot less known about it in terms of the way they're played onto it. Solotov's caught by 1. Gaveni is traded back out, but C4. Confirm it with a C4. Don't risk the follow through. Get out of there.
You have no idea who's on what window if you go anywhere near admin at that point. You could lose your life trying to get it and make it ultimately a 2 for nothing when that player gets revived. So it looks like a waste of a C4. It's absolutely not. The RAM is off the board. They cannot get as many vertical holes opened up. The blessing being, of course, you've got Buck on side. Diffuser's the one now you look to say, right, you're the one to get in position and do some work. Open the hole in the floor and get C4. That is a painful way to spend your evening.
Absolutely beautiful from Breeder there. Just using what I'd call direct intel. Doesn't need a cam, doesn't need a call out. Just watches for that hole to be blasted open and bang, pulls the trigger. Spirits, he's chasing his man down though. He's gonna find Shaiko.
Any BDS player, they are not giving them the full engagement.
We had a mirror of this back in the first half where it was 3 versus 3 if you remember. We saw Beastcoast get those 2 C4 kills. BDS are not going to have the same fortune here. Leakyfat's coming in behind. He's massive.
They're re-resting that verticality. There's the kill onto the drop at the bottom and a 2 versus 1 out of nowhere. The kid is isolated. Hotton's trying to find a single fight, but they have made the quickest French exit you've ever seen. Cut round the corner, nothing to give.
Leakyfat wins the round there with super.
You can do it with just a Grim, but it definitely gets made easier by a couple of smokes and Candelas coming in as well. But here we go, standard plan coming in, and they've got everything grimmed out.
They're going to try to keep a hold of this. Hot and Cold looks like he may be able to. Air jab 1, air jab 2, does the business, but he has to go again because he lifted off. Brede taken down, the cover is there. Gunnar Gavini, they are doing big numbers for Beastcoast over the last couple of rounds, and Solotov now in a 1 versus 5. Let's throw on a Deimos scan, let's throw some flashbangs in. Let's just make it a little bit more difficult for him.
I mean, what do you do?
That's all you can do.
That's all you can do. Bit of a tragic sort of end there, but again, Beast Coast timeout is long since been used on this map.
Won't be able to see those drones soon.
Yeah, won't be able to see Spirits either. Gone. There's the trade back. Gavini does get Solotov, finally finds the end to the front door player, and as they try and drive them back in, there's still not attention towards it. Now, Brede's locked in and holding out, but if they can force them off the watched angles, Hot and Cold can try and slip their way in and use the back of the shield. He's got attention paid on the back. There's a goo mine behind him. He is now stuck to a degree inside the site itself, but the cover is good, and the plant attempt is just as it's being forced back. They cannot cement it. Hot and Cold goes down. EFAC has the connection.
Absolutely huge from him there, just shutting down that attempt to put the diffuser down, but Users is closed out. That's going to be Gavini again. Him and Gunnar just consistently going time and time again and finding those kills. 15 seconds left to go though, and Beastcoast, they need to make a move. They need to get that diffuser for Brede. He's going to let him absolutely nowhere near it. Leakyfat manages to join the party as well. It's over as diffuser gets seen from below. Surely not. Leakyfat, please, just shoot. Just shoot.
I said it at the start of that round.
Momentum all of a sudden. You know what? Yep, it's a freebie. I'm going to run out and get it. And BDS, they are taking advantage of it right now. But Gunnar, he says, not just yet. Manages to find Shaiko, takes down the Legion. That's going to be some goo mines lost along the way. Picks up a second, knows that Solotov is coming, and hits him with a beauty.
They're trying to solve the problem, but it's just drawing more attention and bodies Users. I said he was that back line, and now he's at the forefront of the fight itself. Gunnar goes down. Brede has the coverage. There's a quick rotate round towards the open breach to try and pick up the pieces of a diffuser in the middle of the site itself. Users tucked round the back with the cross of his own. They're trying to just get a semblance of a BDS player, but now with the man advantage, they force the fight perfectly. Beautiful pinch.
Again, a 2 versus 1 coming out from Beastcoast. The team play has been fantastic on this map so far, even if they are behind by a good few rounds. In a 2 versus 2 though, and 35 seconds to go, Leakyfat and Brede do the same as last time. They'll just play this round out to the clock, Tim.
Spirits, he's got that scan. He can try to find his man through there, but Brede is smart. He's not going to give anything away. He's going to keep himself in behind that reinforcement. Leakyfat, he's looking to challenge around the corner. He's being scanned by the Deimos, but Brede, he backs him up. He's got his teammate. He takes them down with a nitro and a shotgun, and BDS take that too.
An exceptional return to form for BDS. They refound their footing, refound their definition, and found themselves.
To that blitz from Hotton. He got himself in. He wasn't overly aggressive, which I think can be a little bit of a failing of some blitzers sometimes, is they just want to get right in the faces of their enemies, and sometimes down into trophy. But BDS have taken a long time to try and take this ground. They haven't got it yet. Users finds his man though. That needs to be the goal time, and it is goal time as BDS find 3 in quick succession.
They explode on that execute. They had the players encircled, and Beastcoast had no idea. The battle down blue forces Gaveni back into another fight and another engagement, and they are just closing this circle step by step. Solotov goes down in the mix of a blind. There is a player for the swing, but there's only a player left. Gaveni gets one and gets himself a place to go. It looks lovely, it looks quaint, but now you're in that horrible place of a post plant.
He knows that he can't take it either as well. It's going to have to be a push down West Main. Looking for the hatch, I imagine, but out of time and out of hope here. Leakyfat's got his hold, but at the same time, there's other players ready to swing. It's a BDS classic, a three-way crossfire.
Lost the control on the back end. They're keeping them keyed in and clued up to the hold above. They've had to send themselves down, and Shaiko sends them down further. 30 seconds now as Users is still waiting for the break, but the kit isn't quite close enough. It's going to have to be a run from Bride to hit a hatch and get it planted. They're waiting for more security from these fights itself, but with the rotate Beastcoast have taken down towards the bottom of blue, they're sort of setting that trap they did so well on that first map of Spring and then Sprung. Here is the pressure. Bride hits that hatch. Bride gets caught in a crossfire. A 3 versus 2. It's not able to win it out, and there it is. Beastcoast on they Sprung.
Gunner again.
Just refusing to give it up. They're refusing to let it go. Diffuser is still playing on the half wall. We've still got players back in master bedroom. BDS continue to work, and that is a key kill. That is critical to get BDS moving towards a plant on site.
He was a little bit trapped on that half wall, maybe overstayed his welcome and had to sort of say fight or flight. Flight all the way up. There is the 4 versus 2 now. Hot and Spirits, they have a bit of a backline, but you're still looking at so much gadgetry on the left-hand side and so much time at the top middle.
Spirits is the big one you're looking out for here, really. I think he's in a much more comfortable position than Hotton, who's in a really aggressive and forward one. He gets picked off and suddenly things start falling apart. BDS with 4 players on side. They've got the vertical cover. They've got the breach being watched. They've got flank watch at the ready. They are loaded for this. They've just got to pull the trigger and say go.
Oh, in fact, gets the tail end of that fight in an active grenade, and now it's nobody because Spirits joins his namesake.
Realistically, they don't want to leave these players on the flank. Solotov is going to be the one to do the job. If he does that, he can then move and do more vertical work. He knows that they're inside a bathroom. He knows they're on the right. They had no idea, but I don't think he knew there was 2. Gaveni is there for the trade. 4 versus 4.
Not bad to catch out the Solus, mind you. Again, the bad thing is you've lost the key operator here. You've lost the Ram. That's a lot of vertical destruction gone. You've also lost Shaiko, who, it sounds bad to say, but at this point, it doesn't feel like the greatest loss. It's not been him putting up the numbers.
No, and this is entirely what I kind of wanted. They're not, you know, going for these flashy moves. They're sort of holding their ground. Missed moment there, but still swings back left-hand side. But with that wall jammed, they've got to go a little bit wider. And here comes that width, the attempt on the retake on the verticality. It's a 2 versus 1 versus nobody. On the side is Gunner once again locks it down, and at this point all 3 players of Beastcoast, they get themselves on towards the side. It's 20 seconds, pull back, play 3 angles. He's got to make a grand entrance, and the cacophony and the symphony he's met by is bullets.
What a strange round where yet again Gunner gets a couple of rounds ago. BDS very good at rotating through a lot of their utility. In comes the nade, but it bounces away and won't connect onto Gunner, who's still going to be dug in here, but they've got to make a play. There's only 30 seconds to go.
Even in that position with super low health, he's still bought his team another 30 seconds. This is unbelievable from Gunner. Diffuser is able to back up his teammate and find the kill onto Shaiko, and still BDS have not found the answer, but Solotov manages to find one. We get this trade, we get this just bloodbath towards the end. 10 seconds left to go. 3 versus 3. Users pushing on in, but it's going to be a direct trade. 4 seconds. The plant is going down. Bride has to stick it, but no! The win is held by Gaveni. Ultimately, though, in the last round, despite everything stolen, Beastcoast was still able to hold on and get it done. Gunner takes a ton of damage, but he's not going to mind because he's taken Bride out. The book has gone. The trade is there, but it may be too little too late. Hotton manages to find Solotov as well, and that's the ace gone. They've just lost a lot of hard and soft breaching power.
It's a bit back and forth here, but nobody's wrested true control.
Beastcoast doing a really good job of shutting the information game down for BDS. Now the 2v3, they've got to go in blind here and hope for the very best. But we've got someone down in base, but I'd imagine Diffuser. Not that it matters, because Gaveni is cleaning house. Home goal with the shotgun to close. Very dominant round by Beastcoast.
You've got Gunner on the back end. The phantom pressure now becomes real pressure, but they're not being gifted anything yet. Gaveni finds Solotov. Bride almost gets caught as well. They're the back line, so EFAC takes that as that hit on the alarm of I need to activate through trophy, start claiming some of my own.
Gaveni only taking a fraction of damage along the way as well, but a lot more now. Hot and Cold manages to find the trade though, 4 versus 3. Can Leakafak escape after getting slammed down by that air jab? He does manage to get to safety, continues that fight. He's going to keep himself out there. You can't drop there. He knows. Impact goes in. The potential for the flank has maybe been unlocked for the Soulless.
We've seen 1 versus 1s lose above. The verticality is so important. A Psycho retakes logistically across their way. There's a freebie in the corner because Gunner's on the backstab. It's all down to EFAC now. The utility is gone, but they know where he is. And there is that always consistent bit of utility. They're trying to draw the attention away again, force them back in. It was Solotov that was out, and he's out again. Gets rid of Gaveni. There's at least a drop down on the back, but Spirits doesn't have the blood in his body and his bones to try and pull this one into the following engagement. They're up the Solarium stairs. They're sawing in to apply some back-end pressure, and now Gunner, he's on the trail, he's on the test and the taste.
But the heart and gold is gone here on Ossa as well. This is the battle, I think, because everything really relied on you getting this Ossa in position. If you've got EFAC tucked right in, he's going to be party spoiler here. Finds one on the Astro stairs, 1 left on the rappel, poor Diffuser. Have no way in here as well. As soon as he hits rappel, you know exactly what's coming. A 2 or 3-way swing. We've seen it countless times in BDS. They'll just wait here for this one to run out. There it is.
If he blinds himself, he doesn't have to see it either.
He doesn't really try and get himself on that main lobby window. Meanwhile, Users has the Nitro ripped. He's kept hold of it for a while. He has to let go. He takes damage as he moves across, but he manages to escape. However, again, I picked up on it in the last round. They had no idea where Leakafak was, and they've been punished again. Beastcoast are letting BDS back into this.
But Gunner drives his way into sight, and the savior of previous rounds cannot save that one. Bride had himself the sort of post-gift given. Now, 2 versus 4, Gaveni and Spirits, they have a good bit of utility, but at this point, what are you going to try and drive to? What is under their control? Not really much, a freebie.
They need kills. They need a couple of kills here. They couldn't make a plant work in a 2 versus 4. So what I love that they've gone for here is said, forget trying to risk it, have 1 player on window while 1 holds down F. Let's play for a couple of kills. Gaveni could be in a great spot, but the patience game is being shown by Leakafak. If he moves up, yeah, Gaveni's got his number, but Leakafak has no real reason to. I say that, and now that he knows he's there, the jig is up, and they've just about managed to miss 1 more. The swing comes through. Solotov finding Gaveni. Spirits will try his damn hardest, and he will get rid of 1. But he's got 2 more to find inside of 8 seconds here. He'll try his very best, but it feels like BDS are going to claw us back to 4 and 5.
Leakafak just played that mainstairs position.
Driven by Diffuser, they've got close eyes towards it. Big problem that almost came back was, well, barely a solace towards the end.
Looking to get aggressive straight in. Solotov picks up 1, Solotov picks up 2. He was the rocks that the Waves tried to just dash themselves against, and he would not be moved. Leakafak, Bride, 1 apiece, and BDS are seriously fighting back. Spirits manages to find 2, but we'll find no more. Solotov with a 3rd in the round, closes it out.
And they don't drone him out. He could do so much damage.
And that's something that I've picked up on Beastcoast and fallen foul of over the last couple of rounds. They've run into BDS in unknown locations a couple of times, and there it is. He picks up 1. Does he know there's a second on the rappel? Solotov manages to pick up Gunner. 3 versus 2, and just like that, BDS, they swing things in their favour. It was 5-3 just a couple of rounds ago. Now, BDS are heading towards a potential map point.
Diffuser was the one to get the catch there as well. He's on a Blackbeard. You've got no reason to sit there and swing. You can hold the angle, but Leakafak has got away with it. He's going to really upset this round. The last 2 are looking to push in. It comes to use here as well. A 2v2. Have they got Diffuser in hand? No, they do not. And EFAC is waiting. He should get started out, making a 4, not quite. But BDS take us to match point.
Twice he is to find a round. Find a gift given to him on the back end. They hop in towards Library, and it is a smash and grab attempt. They are deep, and they are executing. Now they still have the problem with top blue, but a blitz is a very good solution. But LickyFac, he's rotating his way around the back end. If they don't move quickly, he's about to be a strike. Do they know? No! There he is once again.
How many times are we gonna say LickyFac?
And waiting.
Phone call from Diffuse is the key one, because that will be when they go. They've called it out here as well. EE1D, in they have to push. They've got to make something happen, because the bout cams are temporarily useless. They find one, but what else can they get?
They punish Shaiko there, trying to play that same spot that LickyFac managed so well last time. But here come Beastcoast. Hotton manages to drop and find one. Users onto Diffuser elsewhere. Hotton, he's going to go onto the Diffuser, but he has to come off, and he finds a kill when he does. LickyFac, 1v2. I don't think they know where he is. He punishes one. Can he find the last? Hotton might just have to throw this down.
He said he'd claimed the rounds before. He got himself two, but in the 1 versus 1, they don't have He pulled off the block, and he played it perfectly. BDS break their way back in and freeze Beastcoast out.
Soulless.
Choices need to be made, and surely after that last map you would have to give a big lean towards the Soulless.
No, wow.
But no, it will be the Fenrir. Soulless will still be up.
We saw, Shuri Pips pointing that the other day as well. He was making moves up white stairs behind BDS quite a lot. Just couldn't quite get away with any big kills. First one in this game, though, it goes over to Solotov.
Gunner almost clipped the head of a player, just getting a bit of a drift round as Diffuser drifts outside the building and LickyFac gets the punishment in the same time. They know they can put the pressure down on towards it, but they hold themselves back. They've got to clear out that VIP position. They're slowly bringing themselves to it.
And I'm sure that this is the start that Beastcoast fans were so worried about. We know how good BDS can be on this map, and they are proving it right now with the way things have kicked off. Spirits manages to find one onto Shaiko, but it can do no better than bring them back to a 2 versus 4. Hotton, he's half health as well. They are in a perilous position. Solotov manages to find him, and now it's going to be all up to Spirits. About 10 HP to his name. Breeder is getting the plant down, and BDS, they have just stormed through this first round. They've taken every fight, they've won it. They've got the Diffuser down, they've ticked almost every box, and all Spirits can do is hope to get something going off the back of that first kill that he finds against Solotov.
They've got the verticals to work against those. It's just impossible for Spirits here. If you'd retaken top first, then maybe, but then you'd have lost red, and also, again, lost that top side as soon as you try and step down. Nothing he can do there. BDS playing it with a lot of discipline.
Territory. He's actually going to see if he can try and get the pocket on the back end. They've got themselves in safe and got themselves locked right back out. Hot and cold.
Doesn't know exactly where, but I think the position's been given away. The red ping will certainly do it. He needs to find his man. Spirits takes a little bit of damage. The flash goes in. Now is the time to push. Now is the time to try and get the kill, but he can't cross. He's too concerned about the cover from inside a dining that could potentially be there. Breeder takes down Gunner. Spirits is wasting far too much time, but finally, Shaiko gets that kill. 3 versus 3.
Do about it either. Took a flash up there. I mean, okay, but that's not really going to save it for you. They're going to have to force their way down red 90 and get in behind them, and that's what they've done. They've broken them wide open here, but they're still got to worry about white. A great 2v1 coming out. Diffuser's got the vertical and 30 seconds to play. Do they know? Yes, they do, but they might just be able to hold on, Emmy.
He's finding and hoping and trying to catch anything, but Shaiko has that pocket of space now. Diffuser has had a huge opener, but been a bit quiet since. He buries himself down the bottom of white stairs. BDS, they separate ever so slightly, opposite corners, one in the washroom under the hatch, and the other tucks right on the kit. Diffuser has a mountain to pass. The first is Shaiko. Uses, he's roughly aware of the position. He can't get the fight. BDS.
You never know, that 5 HP might make a difference later in the rounds.
We'll see when we get there. We'll see when we get there.
Well, it's not going to get anywhere further for Solotov. Swung into Christmas and knocked right back out. Gaveni gets himself the second on towards the pixel corner as Gunner does get caught from the back now. The Doc is stepping into an engagement where LickyFac is the next to stuff, and they're trying to just find a route through it somehow. Doesn't quite get himself the second. It's 2Ks, 3Ks either side.
They've let another...
Within round 3, the vertical is going to start getting opened up. They're going to start working those angles if they can, but cannot go find his man. No! And BDS, they've got themselves an advantage, 2 versus 1, and Gavini, the pressure is mounting.
Everything to do at this point, and he's had a big round so far, but if he can just isolate one of these players, one of these bits of motion, and one of these moments, he might be able to find the single fight on the plant. There it is, and there it is. Brilliant moment.
Sticking.
Operated, but Briday's going for the stick. He's holding out and putting us into a post plant, tucking himself round the corner, waiting for the approach, gets rid of the Patsy. Locks it down for Beastcoast and Stout. And he's just going to go past. It actually cost them. If Solotov was watching with a gun, he might have got the freebie. The swing in isn't quite as free. There's the connection, finally. Get the end of 2, though. I said he missed the first, but he's more than happy to sweep up the rest. Gunner's in a box. Can he try and batter his way out of it? And how much do they know? Those bullets give you a sum of the game, but there's one. There is the quick trade.
I'm not sure it's just Gunner that's hit Solotov, the long-range tap. Just absolutely beautiful stuff from this BDS side. This is the best of them that we have seen, but hold that thought, because Spirits manages to find one with a nitro, brings it back to a 2v3, 40 seconds.
Shaiko, BDS have been the ones doing work, though, with the back of the flashes and the phone calls, right? Solotov's 2K, again, comes off a phone call. Someone doesn't sit there in the corner mashing a phone if they aren't being called. They're watching that window. They just had no idea it was coming because the ring was just overwhelming them with sound. They didn't know someone was inside of white, but now they're almost out of flashes entirely. This is where the field equalizes a bit, but BDS have still got a numbers advantage.
20 seconds, though, coming down to the wire here as they try and take some of the power inside Pillar, but it's hot and cold. Their pops are red hot. Knocks them back in a 2 versus 1. Users has to send it, cannot find a route through, and Beastcoast level us back up.
Feels like BDS are that step ahead. They're doing well to keep themselves level on the scoreboard, but as we've just seen, Shaiko managing to close it out. Spirits must know that they're there, manages to find the kill, but the damage is done elsewhere. And again, BDS are that step ahead, but Gavini catches up with a kill onto users. Shaiko with the trade. BDS 2v1. Breeder is low health though.
Oh, what a take from Spirits! And you talk about hero moments, you talk about this roster fighting every single round. Breeday in the 1 versus 1, holding onto the back of Spirits with a great gun for this range. Now they have the call, they have the route, and he stuck the plant last time round. But the change of pace and place, but it puts him 1 health apiece. Either side is a look away, a glance from death, and the glances are coming out because you look at the time at the top middle, it's so prolonged. Here, they've traded places, but Breeday has that 1 extra little moving.
Like this.
We see the first goal come in, and as she said, Des, the movement comes along with it, but Hot and Cold is ready, as is Gunner, managing to take down Solotov and users. 3 versus 5. How many times?
Just the chase.
It's a shame because, again, you saw the call come through, but I think Solotov and users were just a little bit ahead of the curve. Leaky Fat's allowed to open the hatch, get rid of that bulletproof, do all sorts of things to get himself ready to fly in. So BDS a little bit out of sync, but Beastcoast, they've handled this beautifully well. Dealt with all 3 players 1 at a time and have got themselves in a 5 versus 2. I know we've seen Beastcoast give away 2 5v3 so far. I don't think this one's going to be the same.
I get the feeling that a 3-3 half on Cafe for Beastcoast as defenders is not going to be the end of the world, because coming away, they're going to expect to pick up a few rounds on the attack. So BDS, as much as they've looked great for it, it kind of feels like the score should be a little bit more one-sided at this point, but it's not. A triple kill comes in from Hot and Cold. Fantastic stuff from him. Multiple kills in multiple rounds we've seen from him. Breedy, last alive, cut down, flawless round coming in. That is very difficult to hold on to. However, it could be a little bit of a gamble for BDS if they're able to get this done early. What an advantage that could be.
It's going to be so frustrating. Yes, you can find yourself dealing with these mirror windows with the Ash, but anything else? Impossible. At least catching Solotov out there who was maybe a little bit too far for us.
He's made a couple of those mistakes sometimes.
Oh, they're in, Tim. 2 C4s on side, at least for BDS here to make use of. But I think Hot and Cold's just feeling a little bit ropey about what control they've got, because it turns out it's not all that much.
Again, another quiet round from Diffuser as he gets taken out. Users finds the Orsa, takes down that ability to put the plant down potentially. Leakerfact hits the Nitro onto Gunner, and within a matter of seconds, Gavini finds himself all alone, and then finds himself cut down.
There is nothing that is being offered to them. There has to be a push to this. And if it's just an offered fight, well, they do win out on towards Solotov, but Gunner cannot quite get the second.
Rush. They've got themselves the entry. We've seen them throw away double man advantage situations before. Leakerfact deals with the Claymore and then the man.
That just should not be allowed. That is absolutely disgusting. The speed to get out there and whip 180 and find the man on the rappel. Beautiful stuff. Keep your eyes as this round progresses on those 2 Nitros as well. Beastcoast are going to try to work these verticals. I don't know exactly what's left in terms of Valkyrie cams that are useful, that are providing intel, but any opportunity for Breedy or users to find themselves a cheap kill with a Nitro, you know they're going to take it. But Beastcoast have been able to force them back a little bit here, so they've got a little bit of freedom in Piano.
The worry right now is obviously where are they going to try and formulate the plant. They've surrounded the mining area, but with a couple of C4s still on the pocket, and a lot of that position soft and easy to call out from Shaiko until he gets dropped. They're still trying to have to formulate safety in a dangerous territory. Leakerfact, he is waiting with bated breath. Misses the first, cannot find the connection on the second. Users does get caught, does get it, but a little bit too late now. With the knowledge that they're underneath, they're going to see if they can try and find a little sticky corner of concrete. A 3 versus 1, Breedy. He was able to get that very important clutch from earlier. Cannot get the connection with the back end, but he's at least in the down situation. They rotate their way back up. They know they can play this from above. He's hoping he can get this threaded C4 that's almost perfect. Yeah. It does force at least one of the grenades further away. A lot of time wasted, but look at this. Sure. He has to kill the player because the player will call out what he's doing. He's holding, but he doesn't get it by them.
Yeah, flashbacks.
Story does.
Just horrific, and the thing is, they're still going to keep on hunting him down. They know that he's here. Will he manage to get the free? Not quite. They found him first as well. It was a matter of pixels. Shaiko loses out, at least in this round.
Good start towards the approach. A minute 20. They've got a good little pocket of time. That's where the plant's coming. They need to force out Breedy.
Yeah, they've been able to do enough vertical now to push BDS out of sight. We can see this. Hot and Cold manages to pick Solotov, but BDS have managed to just slip through the net. They've got themselves upstairs. They're going to get a freebie onto the ram of Gunner, and there's one even higher. It's Leakerfact. Can he have his moment? Yes, he manages to find Gavini. He gets a second onto Hot and Cold. 30 seconds left to go, and Beastcoast have got to rethink the plan.
They've realised now that no one's on site, and they've just said, just go, 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 go. We've got to go and hit site. They've done the work, though, BDS. They're down to a 2v2. The Solus is still on side, and we know what that means.
It is all down to Leakerfact on the roll of the Solus, and he is desperately trying to find a route, but he is too late to post-plant. Now, he has made magic before, and he's got to see if he can pull out one more trick to stop Beastcoast finally getting themselves ahead. A route locked off. They have the audio cues, they have the position, and the swing onto VIP. It's an off-piste place. If he knows, well, he's able to slip himself to the bit of knowledge. Dips back in. He's got an engagement. He cannot win. Beastcoast, great call.
My eyes fall, for example, on the Dekebi, on towards the Grim, on towards the Capitao. They're starting to dump all the utility, and they might just go for it. Poor Diffuser.
Not going anywhere further, but a kill onto the back of Breedy to follow almost instantly through. The mirror removed by good usage. Both bolts gone, and there goes Users. Gunner gets his second on the connection there. So maybe there was a down beforehand on the back of the double kill that was finished off by the bolts, but it allows them to lead themselves in. A very quick rested control. They've dropped the hatch. They're going to cut their way across. Shaiko swings a 2 versus 1. Shaiko dropped down. And now, once again, we are in this sordid story of Solus circling underneath like a shark, waiting to bite at the feet of 2 players desperate to find a single safe place. He hits the top of the stairs. They'll have the call. They have the watch. They have the catch. But this time, same result. Beastcoast. They put
break that record. BDS 2, if it goes all the way.
This first engagement is so important, and Gunnar seems ready to be the man to take it. It's all the pressure on towards the bottom of white, and they play an early smoke to buy themselves some time. LickyFac outside, couldn't get the catch, but Brede sure does. There's a double for the man at the bottom of the stairs to trade out. A 1 versus 3. Gaveni, he'll have to ace his way through this round to end it here. He almost gets the bite on the player, but he does it. Huge from Brede. 1 round.
For either of these teams, BDS, they keep hold of their utility for the time being. They have a little look, and Shako, who else? He comes away with it. 12 and 8 here on Cafe. Headshot onto Spirits, and it's the Capita.
To move, but they ain't buying.
Fuse is just going to be holding that angle for the time being, but with the bees there, nobody is likely to pass through. Solotov tries to pass through, but Gaveni finds his man, takes him down with a headshot, brings things back to 4v4. Gunnar is up there and searching, seeking again. Can he find another one of those critical kills? Yes, he can, and it's the Soulless that he takes down. He's going to walk in and double it up. He manages to find 2 on cold onto Brede. This could be going all the way to Mach 5.
And wouldn't that be an outcome that you need? LickyFac has been huge, but is he 4 players huge is the question. At least manages to find Gunnar finished off his main nemesis, but the race is there! We're going all the way to Mach 5 to see who wins the Manchester Major!
North America!
A few naughty little strats that make use of that operator. Uses to believe is the one that dons the glass on this map, so you've got to watch out for that. And there's Army, our final band to come through here. No surprise at all.
There is obviously the single player of Brede that can stop all of this. Well, doesn't even need it. The first C4 goes perfectly. Top, Spirits is going to try and get the security on the plant himself as EFAC tears through the site, and they cannot plant any longer. A 4 versus 2. A very failed landing. They're inside the site, they're not long. And Spirits is alone.
LickyFac wants to break that record first. Gunnar's finding nothing in this round, and the side of Beastcoast absolutely crushed on what is often a very oppressive, overwhelming execute.
I mean, he's living on a lot of hope right now. A hope that something will fall into his pocket and his favor. It is so sticky and tricky when you go through a play like that and everything falls away.
No.
Just wants the catch, but the catch wants him.
BDS going to close out round.
That intel, juicy and delicious in the eyes of the Solace. How impactful can they be? A minute 10, as the pressure comes around, Solotov gets the first take, and EFAC is knocking on the door of the second.
Oh, poor Brede. Burnt to a crisp, but picked up, but EFAC's there for the trade. Hunts down Gunnar, who, yes, has found one. He's 1 kill short of tying the record, but EFAC is charging up behind him at 4 kills.
This could be LickyFac's moment. Diffuser does manage to get a double. The tantalising prospect of a performance out of him like he had on map 1 to drag Beastcoast back into this would be a wonderful thing, and it would be so well timed for the NA side. LickyFac, he's on low health. Uses it is though that gets picked up by Gaveni. This is not looking good for BDS right now.
They were 4v3 is the worst part here, but Beastcoast, Diffuser especially, has dragged it back their way to start us with a 1-1 to kick things off. What more could you ask for on a map 5?
1 more kill. As I said, the crowd is probably the only team that we still had in the playoff section that could have been as cheered for as BDS. There's one.
Uh-oh.
10 seconds though, and that's the important part. They've still got to plant. They've still got to try and find their way in. He knows he's guaranteed at least 1 more 1 versus 1, which he's going to try and drive through. The spray and the pre-fire keeps him at bay. A little bit of team damage, but enough there.
They're inside of the site. They need to clear out Brede from Workshop realistically. On the Warden, he's going to make things difficult, as he does there. Perfectly timed to prove my point, taking down Gunnar, and that leaves us in a 5 versus 4.
There's the bite, there's the back of Brede, not quite. Fully fed towards Houghton. So he pulls himself up. They have a minute 10, plenty of time to work with, but these precipices of engagement, these little tip-overs are the moments we might get thumbs on the scales, and there's the first. Gaveni gets one back on towards Solotov, secures some control but doesn't want to stick around, just misses the side of the fight twice. Can't get the catches, LickyFac. is happy to catch it.
He's now tied with Gunnar, by the way, at 56 kills. They're just that one behind at this point. Shaiko finding spirits as well. The Lion falling down here. They managed to work their way in, but he's got a bulletproof right behind his head. I was going to say, they know exactly where you are. And with 4 players bearing down on you, everything opened up. You're in a spot of hot bother. One left, hot and cold with 30 seconds to play.
He's on the perfect operator for it. He's got 2 of those scans. He could possibly give himself a little bit of information, but a 1v4 is going to be a big ask here because BDS, they're not going to give anything away. They're keeping themselves undercover. They create the perfect crossfire. Loses them the hard breach as well, which could be impactful on this side. They do manage to collect him, that's big. And then Gavini not only picks him up, manages to find the kill onto...
When it's clear, but he's there as insurance in case there is a cheeky backwash coming on through. For now, though, Beastcoast are keeping it pretty direct. Their focus is entirely on this office side of things. They're starting to move their way forward. They win this gunfight, it's massive for them, and that's what they found, but it's immediately traded out as well.
Solotov just keeping BDS in the fight. 30 seconds for them to hold on in this 3 versus 4. They don't need to move their feet too much. They need to force Beastcoast to do the work, force them to go in and grab that ground and force them to find a position to put the diffuser down. 20 seconds left to go, hot and cold. He's getting up on that window, just looking again to use utility to pressure, to force. Leakerfact can't take any more damage. Neither can Breedy as he gets cut down. 7 seconds, and here come Beastcoast as they get another round on the board and level things.
Yeah, it's crumple zones. They keep letting themselves get a bit hit, pull back. They're not giving them the fight. Solotov, well, he almost gets caught, but there's Hotton under the pressure. Lickyfact, he's stepping in. There's a 3rd player as Users goes down. How much focus, BDS, are you sending? Because everything else is falling apart elsewhere. Diffuser carved through. Solotov, a must-win fight that's blinded back and forth, and there's a little bit of cat and mouse, and now Shaiko has to try and eat the rest up. Can't connect, can't get out. Beastcoast tied 2 rounds together to get themselves. Finding themselves on the back end, and is Shaiko trying to set that pace again, aggressively stepping in, but not right back out. Gavini, I said it before, has been electric for Beastcoast, and here he is.
Beastcoast combined. Oh! Diffuser catching him out as well. 2 players punished inside of office. BDS crumbling here. That's that vertical control lost as well. Leakyfact is going to step in. A bit of a zombie land he's stepping into now with no teammates around. Just about gets away. And Gunner's down. He won't break it in this round.
He gets one. Solotov, he's holding court upstairs and saying, look at me, as the rest of the team flee. But Breedy cannot get a connection. Beastcoast have used these snappy moments to drive through the harder site, and that's the pressure that Lickerback is under. This is their eyes, this is their idea, Tim.
Beastcoast have really sharpened up and locked in now when it counts the most, but Solotov with an essential kill, preventing that diffuser going down and bringing it back to a 2v.
Here. Spirits has actually gone in for a drop by himself. Gavini's just come inside a workshop as well, so a little bit of support arriving. Breedy might be in hot water.
He's moved out, and he's moved out! Shifted away as Solotov has to ace to clutch this. He's caught in a crossfire. They know exactly where he is, but they don't have the kit. They've got to recollect it, and he can play it. The pings are there saying, we know, they don't know that we know! Caught out, wasting and waiting time, no collection, but they find the fight!
Time and time again this series is going to be when you see the BDS side start to make their moves. The EE1D coming out here, at least in isolation, start getting themselves in position, but the shot is there. Gavini also having a screamer of a map.
All the BDS have really been able to gain so far is CCTV and break. They haven't made much progress into site itself. They're trying to work the external angles, but guess what? So is Gunner. He goes out of the window, finds the Lion and takes him down. 3 versus 2, and Beastcoast, they just keep edging closer and closer as every second ticks by. That's another round! That's another round! Beastcoast 5-2! Shaiko manages to get it done, but time has been burnt in trying to do so. Shaiko looks for a long challenge on into bathroom, is not going to find it. Gunner is able to do a lot of damage along the way. Shaiko less than half health. Breedy taken out. Hot and cold finding Leakerback. It's all falling apart. This could be flawless for Beastcoast right now as they just hit the accelerator pedal. They slam the foot down and keep it to the floor, Des.
The tournament favourites can be ridden, but as Gaveni steps round and he steps out for the first. He's able to find his way across.
For them, BDS are now seriously on the back foot here in Manchester. They're battling, and Solotov, he manages to find Gaveni. 4 versus 4 now, but Beastcoast, they have the angles, they have the defense, they have the utility. They can just try to hold on, but BDS have plenty of time to work with Des.
That's all they need, a little more, but every single kill builds up to that point.
Down the long run here, Diffuser wants to drift, he's surrounded. Space is getting smaller and smaller, but with the catch coming out, BDS get 2. They get a lifeline, something to hold.
Gunner's just going to be holding this tight angle over the desk here. He's hoping for the man to push in. He just needs to try and level things up here. It's 3 versus 2 at the minute. If he can get that 1 kill, then maybe, just maybe, Beastcoast can continue to dream of doing this here and now. Leak Effect taking damage, but Hot and Cold taking more. 3 versus 1. Surely BDS hold on for another round, but no. Gunner might have something to say,
2 versus 1. Gunner, the man who set and broke records here today. The man dropped and rebuilt on a roster that has stunned the world. Sits 30 seconds. 2 huge players between him. 2 of the best we've ever offered. Gunner looking for the first fight. BDS hold firm.
Like I said last time, despite BDS getting the round, it was a little bit slow to open that area up and clear the man out, but this time much more effective. There comes another kill. Solotov onto Diffuser. Surely we are not at the start.
Houghton has a C4 to rip against it. Trying to play against the repel, but the first fight is his to catch. Good bit of motion. Office, Solotov hot foots it round on the back. Hopes to get the back end of the catch there, resting vertical, and Spirits is holding court, but no! A 3 versus 2 inside the site. They're going to see if they can try and stick the plant. The motion is coming around the back. Users has the cover. Houghton has the door. The 3 versus nobody. BDS again.
They just will not.
BDS stacking themselves up, it looks to be a bit of a hit. Last call coming out from users to push in begins.
This is it, a huge moment, but he's caught out. The plant under the blind, the hold against the verticality, the great use of the flashes and predate doesn't secure. Diffuser connects with the man on the kit. Gaveni gets caught. Leaky Pack gets the connection, but it's cold. There's one on the long angle. Now they know there's one on the long arm. But 20 seconds left. 20 seconds between Beastcoast, the plant, touch, the pull, back, the swap against the Solace, the bait at the intel, the
What are we watching? What are we watching? BDS, they find a way. They always find a way.
Archives. We've seen a few different flavors of attacks onto it as well. BDS first call coming out. Leaky Facts down. What a player to find.
That kid over on Office.
There
is some pressure that's coming on the back. It's going to be a very sudden bit of audio, and instead, they just don't know Diffuser. He could be the man that breaks this approach, the man that breaks this hold. There's one! And he tucks himself behind the shield. He's about to be swung from the front and the back, and they secure it. But
Trace!
20 seconds. Predate and users to stop Beastcoast, to find a plant, to keep themselves in it. Beastcoast, the wave, holding on for one more. 1 versus 3. But with 8 seconds left, Predate holding on for the plant. The wave.